DoinIIMuch TV, it's your boy Mr. P in the hot seat today. We got A VIZON, aka A VIZON.
Hey, come on, yeah, come on. Hey, yo, I mix a lot of rum, mix a little coke, fill it to the top. Yeah, tonight I'm getting throwed on my VIZON shit. Get dumb, get twisted. Everybody got a cup, but they ain't all chipped in. Hey, but go ahead and put it up. Solo red cup, yeah, tonight I'm throwing up, getting white.
How you doing, man? Doing alright, how you doing?
Yeah, doing good. You got the white, I got the yellow, you know what I mean?
Good contrast.
You'll break it down right there.
So where are you from?
I'm from right here in Albuquerque. I was raised in the war zone, moved up to the Heights, but I've been in Albuquerque my whole life, man.
How long have you been making music?
I've been involved with music since I got out of high school. You know what I mean? A couple years after, I was just driving around and I decided to go and try out for the radio station as an intern, and I got on in like '97. I was working for Wild 106, crazy back then, you know what I mean? They used to have like a van that would break down everywhere. We would have to have listeners come and give us a jump, you know, just to get to the next location. It was crazy. So I started off as a van tech, and while I was doing that, I was writing and stuff. And like now compared to then, it was like really hard to get into the scene. Like no one wanted to give you a chance. I mean, only so many people had a studio. It wasn't like now you can go to the store and, you know, with like 1,000, you can walk out with a studio and put it in your closet. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that back then. So, you know, I used the radio station to chop my first demo. I recorded on Pro Tools, and we recorded our song, and it was on a tape. You know what I mean? So we went to the places that were available at the time, trying to show them our demo. And we got turned down like about, you know, 3 times. I was driving back from Santa Fe, and I ended up running into No Sleep. He was in the Rip 'Em Up band, and he invited me to come over, man. So, you know, I started like actually being able to do music back in like '03. You know, an actual studio where it was like, wow, I'm finally doing something. You know what I mean?
So growing up, who would you say were like your motivation, your inspiration, your life, and everything?
Man, in life, it would definitely have to be my mom. You know, she was a single mother, you know what I'm saying, and she taught me a lot. I had my grandparents there, you know what I mean. My grandpa definitely put a lot of values into me. Music though, music-wise, it's like my family wasn't really musically inclined like that, so it's just weird. Really, what it was when I was a kid, I was the little boy that the family always made dance. You know, hey, he dances, let's put music on. So I was always entertaining my family. So, you know, but I definitely look up to my mom because she was a really strong woman, and she raised me, you know what I mean?
So who would you say your top 5 artists out there?
Top 5 artists where, just in general?
Just in general.
In general? You got to respect Ludacris. Like when you think about where he's been and what he's done, you start thinking about his catalog, and it's like ridiculous amount of songs, you know, song after song. You could hold down a whole club with just everything he's been involved in, and it just seems like when he puts his mind to it, he's always making a hit, and that's what music's about, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. So definitely Ludacris, Eminem, you know, the second album that he came out with. I remember when the first one came out, and I was working at the radio station, I was working at KISS, and people were laughing, and they're like, this ain't gonna do nothing. I was like, dude, he's gonna be the biggest artist, and sure enough, he did. And the Marshall Mathers LP was just insane, like instant classic. You know what I mean? Outkast, Andre 3000, he paved the road for a lot of the Southern rappers. Now you can hear his style in a lot of the rappers. You know what I mean? And half of them don't even try and hide it. You know, Ice Cube. I've always enjoyed Ice Cube. Just everything that he's been a part of, you know what I mean, how he's grown and what he's become, whether he's in a kid's movie or he's dropping something with West Side Connection or his own, you know what I mean. I'll always make it a point to go and support the artists that I've believed in since day one. So, you know, that's like 4 of them. The 5th one, I mean, it'd be hard. I'm sure I'm going to think later and be like, I know who it was, but, you know, those are definitely like the top 4 right there. And of course, I'm going to have to say it, I just thought of it, Biggie Smalls. Hands down. You can say what you want, Tupac and Biggie, but Biggie was an all-around artist, you know what I'm saying? And I have respect for Tupac, but Biggie was just, that's number one right there in my mind.
So describe yourself in 3 words.
Persistent, relentless, and I feel like I'm a pioneer out here in the Southwest.
So what projects do you have out and what's coming up from it?
Right now, me and Mateo Music, we just dropped a single that's going to go on both of our albums. It's called Put Your Cups Up, and we're hoping to take that as far as possible. We got a lot of buzz in the club, so we're really focusing. I kind of changed, you know, the way that I was doing stuff. I was putting out album and mixtape after album and mixtape. You know, I've got about 12 between albums and mixtapes. I got about 12 out, and I started dropping in 05. So this round, I'm going to do something different. I'm putting all the money that I would normally put into my album, I'm putting it into one song. You know, Mateo's got the same feeling. We've been putting a lot of money into Put Your Cups Up. Our video's about to come out. Xander P produced it. We had a
Fireborn Studios?
You know, I don't know if he's from Fireborn. Yeah, I just know him as Xander P. So you know what I mean. He's done some videos with let's see, he did some with Gambino, and then he did some with Malik. He's really good. He's really talented, and you know, the video was also supported by AMG before they moved into AEG. They did a lot of groundwork to help me get that off. But that's the main single that's coming out. The album that's going to be supporting that is called The Sound. This will be my third solo album. I just dropped The Refrigerator, and so this is going to be the follow-up to that one.
So if anybody wants to get in touch with you as far as for features, new fans, anything like that, what can they get a hold of you at?
They can go onto Facebook, and they can go to Azure Entertainment Group. They can hit up my management team if you want to check out my music or just look into me, you know, and find out a little bit more about me. You can go on to Reverb Nation, AVIZON, leave out the I because it's not A Vision like that, it's without the I, so AVIZON. You know, I got a Twitter, I got my Facebook all linked up, same name. Just go on to that, and you can even go on to datpiff.com, and I've got 3 mixtapes available for free, so you can just see, you know, what type of style that I have going on.
So you get the lottery, what's the first thing that you buy?
The lottery, the first thing that I'm gonna buy is definitely I'm gonna have to take care of my family. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying everybody's house off. Unless it's a small lottery, then I'm going to Vegas.
Vegas, real Vegas, right?
The real Vegas, not Las Vegas, New Mexico. No, the real Vegas, yeah.
So what's one thing not too many people know about you?
Oh man, I don't know. I pretty much put myself out there, but you know, I like to joke and have fun. You know, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you see me, you know, enjoying burgers, Burgatti boys and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, man, I'm a humble dude, and I just believe in like respecting people. You know, especially here in the scene, a lot of people might not know that. You know, when Dollar Bill was out doing this thing, you know, I stepped in and we were grinding shoulder to shoulder, man, to try and make this scene into something bigger. Like I said, when I came, dude, there was nightclubs that were like, oh yeah, come and do a show over here. You know, it was like we had to hound them for like months on end because they didn't believe in what was going on. So the scene has just like grown so drastic. It's like a lot of the artists out here don't realize what went into that. So, you know what I'm saying? I would just have to say that you said, what was the question again? My bad, dude.
One thing that not too many people know about you.
I've been here, you know, almost since day one, but I also respect the people that were here before me, you know what I'm saying?
So if you had a chance to get in a lab with anybody, producers, artists, anything, who would you want to work with?
I mean, I got, in statewide, I got in the lab with Mike C, and that was exciting. Because that was definitely like taking it a step closer.
Shout out to Mike C.
Big shout out to Mike C and the Architects, you know what I'm saying, and the James Douglas band, James Douglas show. I would have to say, producer-wise, it would have to be someone like, you know, Andre 3000, because he's just like out there, you know, just to experience what he does and how he makes it from the ground up. You know, a lot of people think that being in the studio is so exciting, and then they get there and they're like, man, we got to hear this beat again, you know what I mean? But it's a process. Like, for people who really love music, you don't even realize how much you listen to that beat. And I would just love to see how, you know, an artist like that goes from point A to point Z, and just the way he does it, you know what I'm saying? The whole process, man, it'd be dope.
6 months from now, where do you see yourself?
6 months from now, I see myself on the red carpet. Wearing yellow, yellow and red, gotta support that, and enjoying all the other artists from New Mexico for the Unison Awards. UnisonAwards.com, check that out. You know, the commission, I'm a part of that, and I'm stepping out of my role as an artist to make sure that the artists are represented correctly. So we got the Unison Awards coming up. I believe that we set the date for February. And so, you know, we'll be talking more about that. UnisonAwards.com. Check that out.
So is anybody you want to shout out, say what's up to?
That's the worst part of the whole interview, man, because someone always gets left out. You know what I'm saying? That's horrible. That's horrible.
That's the hot seat part.
That's the real hot seat part, yeah. I definitely want to say what's up to, you know, No Sleep and Rip 'Em Up, John G, because they allowed me, they gave me the chance to go in and do what I needed to do to do music, man, and just enjoy myself. And I gotta say what's up to Nothing to Lose, Dollar Bill, because they came through when I needed them and helped me put out my album, my solo album. I definitely gotta say what's up to X-Man, Dirty Desert, represent that for sure. DIE Set, gotta say what's up to my crew. My boy Kaz One, Sunrise Records, another artist that's with me. Of course, Sunrise, AMG, you know, one of the founding people that just give us that image, man. When you think about everything, I gotta send a shout out to all the MMA fighters and all the people doing the films out here, and just anybody that's making noise in a positive effort to make New Mexico that much bigger. I'm sure that I forgot a lot of people.
Shout out to Roberta.
You gotta say what's up to Roberta and Mikey and you know, Grimes, all these cats just making those moves. And there's been a lot of people that I've come across, you know what I'm saying, and I appreciate everybody that's working hard and doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Sure.